Grayskull.
What you did with America, man. I love your verse is fucking crazy, man. I love it, man. Definitely. I'm loving the mix, the way the vocals are sounding, all that, man. I think the parts where the piano drop are the only things that are challenging me right now. But that might just because it's new and different. So I'm not saying anything. I don't want to ask you to change nothing at this stage. I just need to listen to it a few more times.
Yeah. Nah, the vocals are still not where they need to be. I'm almost there. Like what you heard earlier was I just kind of got them in place and like did things, but I tweaked a lot of that since then. I'm trying to like, especially like my vocals and Mizzo's vocals really like needed a lot of help. Kareem's vocals were already pretty tight. I just needed to calm some of the highs down a little bit.
Okay.
And but yeah, I mean, it's coming together.
Yeah, this mix already, I could see a big difference between this one and the last mix you did. Because I know it felt like on the last one, Kareem's vocals were probably compressed pretty tightly or whatever. Seems like they loosened up here, and it sounded like they were sitting really nice in here, man.
Yeah.
So with the piano drops, in case it's a problem with the piano dropping, what do you think about doing shit like maybe reversing the piano in the spots where you have it dropping and doing something so that the texture stays there? If not that, maybe I'll go look at the original chops and see what other sounds there are. Maybe I'll try and throw some more little sprinkles in there to change up the arrangement, because the drops are to spice up the arrangement to keep it from getting boring, right?
Yeah, well, no, really the drops are strategically placed based on certain things that are being said.
Okay, so maybe it's just drop everything instead of drop, or maybe it's just certain. I'll listen more closely.
Yeah, I mean it's already a pretty bare track. So like I almost took out the drums and stuff too, but I kind of like the way, like especially in some of them, like the 808 hits.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, like for me it like hits right. But I'm also like, I have a subwoofer down here, like, so everything is like kind of hitting me in a certain way while I'm listening, while I'm mixing as well. But yeah, they're strategic for like certain things that are being said.
Okay.
So yeah,
I kind of had that feeling.
There's also why there's more on mine, because I'm saying certain things and I'm too lazy to go back and like do the words over again.
That's what happened with Downtown.
Right. So instead, I'm just I want those words to be kind of accentuated, so I just dropped the piano, and I feel like I would want to do that anyway for those parts, like especially like for Kareem's when he says, "You thought I was gonna say nigga," like I felt like the piano needed to go away from that, so that could be up front. You know what I'm saying? Like I want those things, and I'm also trying to find a clean clip of the Last Poets where you know the I love
niggas.
Yeah, nah, it's a different one though. But yeah, it's that. I think it might be that same joint. But he's like, I love my niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just saying that the whole way through. So I'm trying to pull that out while he's saying it, and like have a quick clip of niggas in there. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope. Yeah, that's dope.
I'm trying to do little things to kind of liven it up.
Oh, you doing it, man. I listened to the dial tone joint again today because I didn't have a Wi-Fi when I went up to the voting joint, but I still dial tone was still on my phone. So I was like, yo, let me just listen to it, man. That shit was I'm in love with that, man.
Sounds good in the car too, actually. Sounds real good in the car.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I got the 12 speaker system, and the subwoofer is like in the floor or some shit. So it's like that shit sound real good.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear Sheed's response to it, because I haven't heard Sheed respond to the new mix yet.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if he's seen it, if he missed it in there, but I got a feeling he's gonna love it, man.
Word. I'm glad you like it though, because that shit was fucking tough, yeah.
I'm sure it was, man, but you did it, man. I'm very happy with where the vocals are. I told you there's only that one phrase that I just want to bring down a little bit.
I brought that down. I just haven't reshared.
Okay, yeah, no rush, man. I'm not. I don't even know what kind of marketing plan. I do know that it's the 25-year anniversary. It's been 25 years since I've had a mixed verse that has gone out this year. So I'm like, this is the perfect joint, man. I just got to figure out a way to market it or put together some sort of promo for it to make it really stand out. So it has to come out this year.
Right.
Just
I I figured once I knock out this America and Cursive joint, I'll just send them both over, and you can do what you got to do with them.
Okay, that's dope.
Because I'm planning to have the America and Cursive done probably by tomorrow, honestly.
Man, I appreciate you on this shit, man. This is exciting, man. Because
that verse out of nowhere too.
The characters you put in that joint, man. I love seeing you step out and break into character. That shit, that's the shit I love, man.
This is the thing so the way the verse came about, yo. So like you played it, you shared that song a couple weeks back. You were like, this was a few weeks back. My office was still, my desk and shit was still on that side.
It was a couple months ago, actually.
Yeah. But you shared it, and I remember hearing it and thinking that's kind of dope. But that was kind of it. Like I didn't really, like, it never really grabbed me for whatever reason. I don't know what it was. And then when I finally opened it, I started listening to it. And I was like, all right, this is cool. I'm gonna enjoy mixing this. But then I went back to dial tone.
Yep.
So then on Friday, I think it was, I finally like opened it up and sat down and just played the instrumental. And I was like, this is fucking sick. Like, kind of went nuts. And then I was like, let me put the lyrics in, and I listened to what was being said. And I was like, oh my fucking God, this is bananas. Went out, smoked, came back in. Now I was like, you know what? Fuck that. And the funny thing is I had the first line already written like months ago, but I didn't know what I was using it for. How can you divide what was never united? So I had written that down months ago, because it was we were having a conversation, and she said something about, like he likes to mention the divider, like they like to divide us, blah blah blah. And so I remember saying, like, how can you divide what was never united? But I've been saying that for a long time. But then at that moment, I was like, you know what? That's a line. So I wrote it down. And then Friday, I was like, I finally decided, like, I'm writing to this joint, and I'm going to use that line. But I didn't know what I was going to do in between. So I wrote down the last line, America the Great at the end of a gunshot. Yeah. So I just put those two things, and I was like, I walked away. Me and I hung out with the wife. We went out Saturday night, and it was in my head the whole day. Like the song was just playing over and over in my head, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna get this shit done. So while we're out, I was just having conversations, and the lines were coming to me. I was like, all right, I got it. So Sunday come, I was like, this is it. Wrote the shit, like, just let it flow. And everything is involving something that I've thought about, talked about, whatever, like all kind of rolled into one. And it's also, like, for me, it's visual. So I see myself as literally being tied up to a chair, like my hands behind my back, and two, like, all American patriotic white boys are like in my face with their guns. So they're interrogating me. Yeah. So the whole way through, I'm saying shit. And like, when I'm doing that, what is it? I stay woke, but then you'll come after me. I'm not fighting no battles. I'm only practicing mastery. Yeah. Like, that is me actually fucking with them. Like, the dream is a fallacy. I stay woke, but then you come after me. I'm not fighting no battles. I'm only practicing mastery. What I'm saying is, like, I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do here. Like, that's why I go in the next line, whips, chains, of money, which is like, so I'm playing, like, the whole verse I'm just playing with. Matter of fact, I feel like I just should say it.
Yeah, break this whole shit down. You know what? Hold on. Peace. What's up, D? What's up, T?
Good, man.
Hey, what's going on?
How y'all doing this week, man?
All right.
Good, man. That's the dope promo, D. That joint was beautiful, man.
Yeah, but I forgot to add a lot of stuff in there.
That's okay. We'll figure it out, man. We figure it out as we go, man. Don't need to dwell on it. We catch the lesson and keep it moving, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's dope, man. Yo, the font you chose and all that, man. The shot looked clean. The way you put the words and letters on the screen, all that shit was perfect, man. You really get nice.
Man. Thanks.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Q, I just listened to that joint outside while I was plugging in. Whew, man, yeah.
Which one? The drugs everywhere?
His American Cursive verse. Yeah, he snuck one in there.
Yeah.
Did you hear his joint? You heard Q's verse?
No.
Yeah, I heard it.
What? Okay.
I'm about to plug you in real quick, D. Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah, Q was about to break it down before y'all got on the call. He was about to break the verse down to me. So it's perfect now. We got somebody on here.
That's talking. Okay, we got here first. All right. Yeah. What? Oh man,
You know, this song probably annoyed the fuck out of T-Bear though.
You say what?
It seemed like a song that would annoy you.
Not really.
What one? American Cursive?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because the bass sound.
It's just it's the beat is weird.
Yeah, it's weird, and it's also this era. Well, not this, the sound selection is from stuff that these youngers would choose. That's why I actually made it that way. I went to Splice to pull the samples to try and make something that we could make that would sound competitive. Shit,
I fucking love that beat though. It's just it took a minute for me to realize how much I loved it, but
shit, I'm glad you did. That verse is no joke, bro. And I remember the first night we played it. You fuck with it the first night, but I didn't know you fuck with it to want to write to it.
I didn't realize that either. It happened on a Friday.
Hey, well, all right, man. I'm about to play it now.
This mix is fucking.
Oh, so D, you know this the first joint on Trey Bag. This the opening song, and then Winners and Losers comes after that.
Okay.
You can do it, that's what they say in America. Your life ain't ruined like the homes in your area.
Wow, look at this. Whoa. What?
Yeah.
Wow. Talk about coming out of the shell. This. What? Well done, man.
Season 2.
He pulled characters out the box with that joint, man.
For real, right?
Yeah, the characters is wild.
Yeah, so Q was about to break the verse down. I said I had to go touch a tree real quick beforehand, man. Well, touch a few roaches actually.
I explained to you like how I did it though, like how I came to it. Like Friday just hit me like I need to be on this joint. I wasn't gonna say shit either. I was just gonna like give y'all the final version, be like, fuck y'all if y'all like it or not. But then I was like, nah.
That's some villain shit.
I was like, nah, you know what? Let me just be, ethical about this and just made sure that it was okay for me to actually do it.
Yo, I fuck with the way you did it, man. If you would have done it that way too, I'd have laughed at that shit. I'd have enjoyed that too, man. It's about the story, man. That shit is fun.
But even the flow, like the piano is what caught me about the beat most of all, because I'm I love piano. Like somewhere in the multiverse, there's a version of me that plays the piano and is married to a person that plays the harp. Don't ask.
It's inspiration for me for beat now. Don't tell me that.
But so anyway, like I heard the piano and I was like, all right, I'm gonna rap to the piano. Then I was like, you know what? That's too easy. Let me try something different. Let me find a melody that's complementary to that piano. And so I was listening to some jazz and I was like, oh shit. And it came to me suddenly, like the beat was playing and I was like, all right, Dave Brubeck. So there's a song that Dave Brubeck did. Hold up, let me find this shit real quick.
Dave Brubeck.
Lou Rondo a la Turk.
Okay. Yeah.
So
I can totally hear it.
if you listen to the flow,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the melody.
it was inspired heavily by that.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's a line that where you can actually, if you listen to the ad libs in the background, you can actually hear me doing the melody. I'm like, maybe it's just complacency. Maybe we need a catalyst for reducing the latency. Like I'm actually saying it to that actual melody. That's how I ended up writing the verse to that melody, because it was complementary to the pianos, but the pianos are chopped up, and I wanted something that was a little more steady. But then I could just kind of cut off into the pianos in the actual beat.
Wow.
So,
and that
I was just having fun with it.
That fits with that instrument theory too, because I always say the MCs are just the next instrument.
Yeah.
And so and Rakim said he was, that's how he got started with his rhymes that he brought to Marley, was what, Coltrane?
Yep.
Yeah.
And he played
What's the Coltrane? Yeah.
and the fact that Kareem's name was Instrument Being made it perfect. I was like, oh, this dude, we were meant to meet, man.
That beat spoke to me in ways that I didn't realize could happen, yo. Like I was just hearing that shit and it kept eating at me. I was like, all right, fuck it. I finally said, fuck it, I'm getting on this joint. But I spent that time like listening to jazz and trying to figure out what it was, and the Dave Brubeck joint just popped in my head. And so I listened to it and I was like, yep, this is the one. I listened to it while I was listening to the beat. I was like, I can do it. And so I wrote to the Dave Brubeck joint, and that's how I constructed the flow for the actual verse to kind of play with. And so, but I wanted to do it monotone because of what I'm saying. And like I said, in my mind, I'm tied to a chair and I'm fucking with these people. I'm not scared. I'm just fucking with them. They're just basic like white supremacists. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you love America?
Right.
You know, and because like I said, I wrote the last line before I had anything else. After I did the first line.
We should shoot this one, man.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. We gotta get Kareem up. Get Kareem up here for a weekend or something.
Yeah.
And shoot that.
Where's Mizzo at?
He's in British Columbia. He's in Canada, but he'll shoot. He got the team that he can have his shot and match whatever tone we set. We should set the tone for it. Just tell him what we need. Yeah.
It sounds like that. It could be sampled from that same jazz. Very similar.
It could be.
Yeah, it sounds like it could be.
It definitely could be. Yeah. Yes. I mean, I felt like it just fit. It fit with the way that you chopped up that loop. I fucking love that shit though, because it's so chaotic, but not.
Yeah.
I'm just appreciative of the fact that you paid attention to that, because I didn't think anybody would pay attention to that beat. I thought it was just for me. So thank you. Shit.
Like and the fact that like you really just fucked with, like you were like, fuck the drums, like I'm just gonna throw shit wherever. As long as it's on beat, I don't give a fuck.
And it was really just one of those things like, yo, I'm not even planning anything. I'm just gonna hit record, and whatever happens is what's gonna fucking happen.
That shit works so well. And then like
that's my favorite shit. That's
like the shakers is also like, that's what sets it off for me. And like the like, yo, who the fuck does that, yo? Like,
thank you, man. And you made him shine too. The way when you dropped and gave him the front seat a couple times in there, I was like, oh, he got the shakers out.
So I
think
panned them to the right.
A little less wet, huh?
I panned them to the right, but I'm also making them so that they're kind of swaying back and forth. Anyway, I had to bogart on that joint. I was just
telling Yanni's aunt today, she was like, why are you so excited about these songs? She's like, I don't hear you really get excited about music like that. And I was like, yo, I finally, after 25 years, I told you this is my 25-year anniversary of putting out a verse, an actual professionally mixed verse. And I said, this is the first time in 25 years I found the engineer that I need. And he's in crew. I don't have to pay. Reese was already close to it. It's just that Reese had other things on his priority, and he wasn't tied to the music. The music is a part of you, and that's what we need. I always said I needed was a dope ass engineer. Now all we need is a dope motherfucker on the business side to lead shit and just like manage the day to day and keep the lights on and keep shit going. We good, man. We are good.
I ain't nowhere near Reese level yet though. I'm working towards that shit though.
I have no concerns about it. I know you're gonna as this like you're learning, and that's the best part is you're in your fun stage. It's still fun to you. You're not boring to you yet. So you're gonna experiment and play with shit, and that's what we need is somebody who wants to play with music. Like you took the time to add the bass to the joint with you and Kareem. and you
Mhm.
dial tone. You were like, no, you took lead on the mix. No, this you're the one that saved the song. Actually, we were gonna put it out the way it was. And you're like, hold on, nah, y'all can't put it out mixed like that. You said no. I told Yanni that today. I was like, yo, Q is valuable as hell, man, because he brings in that extra no when it needs to happen, man. And you change the whole texture of the song, man. So yeah, man. Thank you, man. We got a fucking incredible squad, man. With everybody in this fucking crew is fucking incredible. T, the way you were bringing these damn cuts, these really abstract cuts out of nowhere, man, that nobody would ever think to do is.
That's the wild thing though, is like I don't think I've ever known a DJ that was like, you know what, fuck that normal shit. Let me do something totally left field to fuck with y'all heads.
Sick is the only other one, man. Sick is the only other one. Mm-hmm. He doesn't have his equipment with him, and he doesn't do like he won't record himself. I have to be the one to record him. I just don't have the time right now. But Sick is coming back too. But fucking yeah, Bear is the perfect DJ for this crew, man. Perfect front DJ, because no sleeping on Sheed, because she's after your mix, Sheed's cuts on Dial's tone are even more like you can really hear the intricacy in his cuts, and them joints they're a lot more serious than I thought they were, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah. That's good. Because at first you don't seem like it. You didn't hear what it could have been. It seemed like you heard what it should have been. Type. You was like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But look at that. And like, unfolded like a.
There's even one part of my verse I hate, and you fixed that part too. I ain't telling y'all what part that is, but but it's I and actually the last mix made it obvious. It exposed it, but this one you did what needed to be done, and you fixed that shit. I don't know if you realized that you fixed something, but you fixed something.
I felt like I fixed a whole lot of shit, honestly.
But man,
keeping it real with you, partner.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like there was so much distortion and clipping and shit. Like I did a lot of work in just so many layers that you had. I was like, yo, how did you record? Like your mouth didn't get tired, Joe? Like yo, I was like, yo, this motherfucker recorded a lot of shit. God damn.
Mm-hmm. And that's probably half of what I recorded. Shit, I don't, not that I was planning on keeping any other shit. It was just me trying to find the right tones and voices for it, man. And you found a way to make the right one shine where they needed to, man.
There's a lot of voices, but again, like that's dedication, yo. Like I'd have quit by then. I'd have been like, you know what, fuck this song. Like, there's no way I'd been.
That's why you don't hear many verses from me, man. Because that's how I hear verses in my head, and until they sound right, they just annoy me, man. Like I've had to force myself to do these little tester joints. Just otherwise, I won't do anything. Like I won't write if otherwise, because I know in my writing session usually I won't lay it.
Right.
If I don't lay it when I write it. I'll probably never see it again. So it's
wow.
Yeah.
But
that American Cursive joint, yo, that shit, that I don't know what it was, yo, but that shit spoke to me, yo. I think it was when I finally sat down and listened to what Kareem was saying, and then what Mizzo was saying, I was like, God damn it, this is perfect. Yeah. I got to be on it.
Subject matter right up your alley, man.
Yeah.
I'm like fucking Kareem, man. That damn
title too. That's Kareem's title.
What was it, Joe? Big shit. He's like, y'all thought I was gonna say nigga. I'm like,
that's the part right there.
I ain't seen no triggers being pulled.
And said nigga though. He said, y'all thought I was gonna say nigga.
Yeah.
But he still say it too. Wow.
Yo, Q, break your verse down, man. I know you about to give us the verse.
Well, the first part, I mean, the opening is obvious, like question, how can you divide what was never united?
Yeah, you know, but that's the part there's a story behind that line. You've been saying line since before you heard this song, right?
Yeah, it was something that she had said, you know, like something about them dividing and blah, blah, blah. But for me, so when Obama was president, the word divisive became really popular. Mm-hmm. People were saying, you know, this is divisive, blah, 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 you know, like when he said Trayvon could look like, if he had a son, Trayvon could look like him or whatever. you know, and then people started saying all this shit is divisive, blah, blah, blah. It wasn't really a thing that people were saying before that, you know, but people kept talking about Obama being the great divider, whatever, whatever. But how can you divide what was never united?
Mm-hmm.
So the next line, if I aspire to eat the rich, am I then inciting a riot or a dinner party? Just
Wow.
in which 99 is invited. 99, so we think of the rich as the 1%. So 99%.
That's what I was.
So everybody else is invited. So everybody is invited, basically.
That's what I was looking for. I was this afternoon. I was like, "What the fuck is he talking about 99 for? Why 95, 99?"
The 99%, the not 1%. But lack of history knowledge assures that we'll never try it. So we know about all these uprisings that have happened. You know, like where they literally ate the rich, not actually ate them, but you know what I'm saying, like they tore down the structures that were keeping them down. Like the French did it, who were the people that did it? Not Egypt, some other motherfuckers over there. Anyway, like it's happened in the past. Like we got like the Haitians got their free by and they were like, fuck this, we're not doing it anymore. So anyway. Lack of history knowledge ensures that we'll never try it, or backbone, you know, motherfuckers are scared. Or maybe it's just complacency. Maybe we need a catalyst for reducing the latency. So like we've had movements in the past, the Black Panther Party, you know, the James Baldwin Wednesday, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I'm saying? So maybe we need something that helps with that. And so I say a brown Hulk with a mic, 18 and angry. Mike Brown was murdered at 18. He was also a rapper. But he was also described by the cop that killed him as hulking and angry. So a brown Hulk with the mic, 18 and angry. I made it through 45. Why deny the culture that shaped me? I'm 45 now. I haven't actually made it through, but I made it through Trump's presidency. And during that time, a lot of good hip hop was being made and actually helped me go through, like think through a lot of that shit and deal with some of that shit. So I made it through 45. Why deny the culture that shaped me? So I'm back doing this thing. The dream is a fallacy. I stay woke, but then you'll come after me. I'm not fighting no battles. I'm only practicing mastery. If you look up the definition of mastery, it's to basically be a master over another person. You know what I'm saying? There's multiple definitions, but that's one of them. So the next part, whips, chains, and money. That's checkmate, player. Willingly in the matrix, replacing cotton with data. Money is made from cotton. Dollar bills are made from cotton. So you could actually, you could switch those out, but I wanted to actually create that relationship. So whips, chains, and money. So whips, chains, shackles, and cotton, picking cotton, whips, chains, and money.
God damn.
Bars.
Okay.
Money. That's checkmate, player. So we always talk about his chess, not checkers, yada, 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 you know? So we're admiring the things that kept us down.
Right.
Willingly in the matrix, replacing cotton with data. So we're replacing our money with digital currency. So we're actually just trading one for the other, not realizing we're doing the same shit.
It's the same thing.
Next generation, data. Next generation, Star Trek.
Generation. Wow.
And so the loose correlation there is also Geordie LaForge.
Wait, say that again. wait. I missed that one. What was that?
Next generation. So willingly in the matrix, replacing cotton with data. Next generation, Avatarians in the making. Next generation, Star Trek Next Generation, Data was a character who was a robot. He was a cyborg. Next Generation. But he was also a crew member with Geordie LaForge. The actor who played Geordie LaForge was Toby in The Roots.
That's right. That was cyborg.
That time.
Trying to get in your doom bag, that's all.
What's that?
So you trying to get in your doom bag. That's some doom stuff right there.
Avatarians in the making. Oh, so next generation Avatarians in the making. So we think about the metaverse, we think about like all this VR stuff, like our next generation is going to be born with that being the norm.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So Avatar, like we know about the movie Avatar and how that like, so the people that actually went there were there to take it over, but then became like decided to stay, you know what I'm saying, and hooked in, but they weren't truly of those people. So their avatars were, you know, like it wasn't real.
And in the NFT world, it's all about avatars because it's the PFEs. The profile pictures are like the hot thing that's really keeping a lot of these projects going. So everybody's like, yo, what's your avatar? What's your avatar?
Right.
So,
Detached or not, I'm the ghost in the machine of enslavement. So I'm there. This is tying back to the Matrix, Neo, yada, yada, yada. Like basically the ghost in the machine. Like this is some bullshit. Like, you know, wake up and witness the face of the pharaoh. So when an animal is no longer domesticated, they're considered feral. So when we wake up, if we were to wake up, we are considered feral. You understand? Because we're no longer part of civilized society.
Right.
Easy to claim America at the end of a barrel, basically. It's easy to claim America the Great at the end of a barrel. You know, but the gunshot, that's where it ends with the gunshot. So it's just me saying the same shit that I say all the time.
It's pure excellence, man. That is pure excellence, man. That verse is handcrafted excellence, man. Shit. Yeah,
That's a book.
Yeah. You should walk amongst giants with that shit, man. Definitely walk amongst giants with that.
That was all the beat, yo. That was the beat speaking through me.
Shit.
Man.
I love the story behind it, man. The story behind it is great, man. It starts with the fact that you've been sitting on that line since a conversation, and actually you said you use it more regularly, the first line. Yeah.
I mean, I've been saying that for years, like in some form or fashion, but that line, like I felt like that needed to be like written down and used at some point. I didn't know what the fuck I was going to use it for, but I heard Kareem's verse and I heard Mizzo, and I was like, this is it. I can use this. So I wrote the last line, and just figured out the in between on Sunday and recorded on Monday.
Man, I told you when I heard the verse, I was like, shit, maybe this tray bag needs to be an EP. Fighting that urge.
Hey,
Stretch it out as long as
more.
it goes. Shit.
It's the beginning of a new one.